Welcome and greetings. This is U.S.B, my nation channel, where we bring you topics about social, faith, and politics. It is the moment of truth. This very video, I want to let you listen to something. I'm not going to show you that as a video. I will let you listen to it. Then at the end, I want you to bring your comments, and also I will do my own submission about it. And this thing is talking about Nigeria. Tell me if this is true. Tell me if you align yourself with what our brother here is talking about. I want to know your own opinion, and you surely will know my own opinion at the end of it. So let's go there and see what he has shared with us. Remember, together we all shall build our world and make it better.
Nigerians parasite. In almost every country on earth, there is a Nigerian prisoner. However, no one wants to go to Nigeria. Moving abroad is the top 5 career categories in Nigeria. They have ruined their country so terribly that it has become uninhabitable. Police stations look like pigsties, whilst government buildings look like building sites. Corruption in Nigeria is no longer frowned upon. Instead, it is praised. Criminality is celebrated in every echelon of society. The people themselves do not elect decent Nigerians. They elect criminals. You know, a country celebrates corruption and crime when it is 99% corrupt, but never has any top government official ever been convicted and imprisoned. In Nigeria, communication is conducted through screaming, hand gestures, and sometimes the fist way.
I paused it here to highlight on 2 points or 3. He said Nigerians moving abroad is one of the top category priority, which is true because people goes to church to give thanksgiving that they are jabbering. They are jabbering, you know, they jabber. Then he said that Nigerians, that they don't vote decent politicians on seats. I know I am not a Nigerian, but I used to be before a Nigerian because today I am a citizen of the United States of Biafra. So I am not a Nigerian. There was a time I was a Nigerian. But let me talk about this in this perspective of Africa with what our brother is saying about Nigerians, which is true. He said, have they become parasites that they are everywhere in the world and also in every prisons in the world? It is true. Nigerians are all over prison everywhere. Because have you asked yourself what in the first instance will make a man to leave his loved ones or a woman to leave his people behind and cross the oceans to go and look for a greener pasture? Most of these people are not illiterates. Nigerians are one of the most intelligent people. When we were there, and even now, we will not take it away. Africans are brainy people. But this thing is happening in all the nations of Africa, but Nigeria own is like a parasite. Let me ask this our brother. Did you even know what it looks on the day of election in any nation of Africa? Today, you don't need to go to the nation to really know what is going on. From the internet, you can access your news. Currently, we are talking about Uganda. What do you know about Uganda? Currently, what is happening there? When that election will happen, and that man of 92 years continue to be on the seat of power, will you say that his people elected him? You that is watching this video, I want you to give me your own perspective on this point, that he said that Nigerians do not elect decent people to be on the seat of power. We know that money exchange hands, but I want to ask, has votes ever count in any country of Africa? Let's continue.
Whilst government buildings look like building sites, corruption in Nigeria is no longer frowned upon. Instead, it is praised. Criminality is celebrated in every echelon of society. The people themselves do not elect decent Nigerians, they elect criminals. You know, a country celebrates corruption and crime when it is 99% corrupt, but never has any top government official ever been convicted and imprisoned. In Nigeria, communication is conducted through screaming, hand gestures, and sometimes the fist way. You'd see diplomats, police, and military men fighting in public. Tens of thousands of fist fights should be recorded in Nigeria every day. Every building has a generator, some with up to 10, all running at the same time, forging a megapoly of noise of epic proportions. Nigerian motorists communicate with their horns. An average Nigerian motorist beeps their horn 100 times per day. Imagine the noise pollution. In Nigeria, the pastor is corrupt, the doctor is corrupt, the engineer, the teacher, the professor, the custom officials, the police, the passport official, the teller, the banker, the ministers, the president, and everyone is corrupt. I'm not sure you understood. I will elaborate. You can get to the Nigerian border with explosives, bribe the officials, and they'll let you in. You can bribe your way for your professors to give you the best grade. Bribe the passport officials to delete your name from the system and create a new identity for you. Or pay the police to arrest someone who annoys you. Nigeria is a complete shithole. Now imagine people raised under such chaotic system coming into your country. From the day they were born, they bribed their way through the authorities, school, and even employment. When a government job opening becomes available, the person in charge sells it to the highest bidder. You see, this is not talked about enough. I have given this a serious thought before making this video, and it breaks my heart that I have to make it. A Nigerian have no sense of queue, keeping the street clean, respect authority, law and order, or the faintest idea.
And he talks about respecting authority. He talks about the dirty streets. How can you respect an authority that takes tax from you and never do nothing? How can you respect an authority, like he said, that brings people with explosive into their own country to destroy the lives of the owners of the country? How can you respect an authority, a policeman that will stop you? He doesn't mind if you are a criminal or ask you a relevant question. All he is looking at is your pockets. How can you respect such an authority? Let's continue.
Nigerian make money and buy respect. They have succeeded in creating nations within their country. The Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo effectively have quasi-nations within Nigeria. You should see them bashing, fighting, hating, and disparaging each other instead of working together to fix up the world's greatest.
He talks about the nations within Nigeria, that Igbos, Hausas, and Yorubas has become nations inside Nigeria. And I asked this, my brother, don't you know that they were nations before? They were nations before the amalgamation of the British. Don't you know? I think this our brother lacks some knowledge in this very of his video. And how do you expect the Igbos, for how many years now? Don't you know that war has been fought in that geographic entity called Nigeria? And don't you know what brought about the war? Have you not heard that a statement of saying that their naira, which is the money of Nigeria, is never allow Igbo to rule again? If you know these phrases, what are you expecting to when you talk about working together. How can you work together in a place you yourself has already told us that corruption is the order of the day, that people bribe their way through, that the only thing that exists is for you to make money and bribe your way through? And how do you think such a place can work? And may I ask this, our brother, have you asked why it is this way? It's not only Nigeria this time. I am not protecting Nigeria because the crime of Nigeria has destroyed this world, and Nigeria needs to be breaking to pieces. Let these nations that our brother just said here go apart and live their own way. And know that even the people that destroyed Nigeria, you didn't mention their name here, apart from the Yorubas, because the Yorubas enabled the evil that is happening in Nigeria to happen. They are the backbone of these criminals, Fulani terrorist criminals. The Hausas, the real Hausa indigene, has no problem at all. The problem in this British supermarket, as I call it, called Nigeria, is the Yorubas and the Fulani terrorist governments of that same British supermarket called Nigeria. Did this our brother even know that in this very entity, people are being murdered without anybody saying anything? Has he not seen the French jets bringing food, money to the terrorists? It's online. It's not something that happened last year or last 2 years. We have seen it long time ago, even before the terrorists came out and be molesting more than we can imagine. These are not stories that we don't know. So I want to tell people, when you come out to analyze or talk about Nigeria, see it in a balanced way. The problem of Africa still remain the Westerners. They are the people championing this. Okay, of all what you have read, have you seen any Western country condemn Nigeria? Currently, it is France that is giving order, making laws, whatever that is happening in that Nigeria. Didn't you see France giving the drug lord that is their president, Tinubu, red carpet in France? Red carpet, a well-known criminal that cannot go to United States. It is online. I didn't make it up. Everybody knows about it. YouTube, remember, this video is for educational purpose, to make our world a better place. So if these things are online, we have to address it the way it is. We cannot be making politically correct statements while people are perishing. The earlier we allow the truth to go out there, the better our world will have a solution and be fixed. So my brother, when you talk about three nations, you cannot work with people that doesn't see hard work as important. They want to bribe their way. They want to stake where they did not. They believe that Westerners come and take whatever you want, tell us what to do, give us our own courts. You cannot work with people that destroy innovations. They even made it an advert, wrote it on the buses running around. Destruction of innovation. What is innovation? It's innovation that brought us where we are. Innovation is human ideas being manifest to help the humanity. This country say that they are against education, they are against innovation. How do you expect this type of country to work? I think it's better you focus on the leaders than on the citizens, because when you talk about citizens voting corrupt politicians, it's a big lie. Votes never count in any country of Africa. That's why the Europeans, I call it the Europeans, I don't want to say Westerners, but it's Westerners, but mostly the Europeans, French and Britain alike, they can never call those countries. You can never hear France talk about Nigeria as a terrorist country. Today, Finland has aligned themselves with terrorist organization of Nigeria because they are holding our PM, Prime Minister, a man that has been living with them, schooled with them in their own environment, even helped the current president when he was campaigning to win the vote. Today, he is behind the bar for what Nigeria has bribed their way through. Nigeria is no longer bribing their way only inside Nigeria. Nigeria has been bribing their way all through the world, destroying this world, as you can see. Every experiment of bad example that we are witnessing in this world today comes from Nigeria. It's a place of experimenting evil ideas and destroying good ideas. The earlier people come to see this, the way it is, the better for us. The Westerners are still the problem of Africa. The Europeans, the French mostly, and the Britain, and today plus Finland, are the problem of Nigeria in particular. So the earlier we call it what it is, the better we will get a true result. So it's not like these Nigerians you are talking about, that they don't know what they want. Yes, they are in prison because they came to the world that they don't know how it functions. Some of them are in prison for minor things, but nobody would speak for them because the embassies of Nigeria around the world does not function. It's not for the citizens. For any little thing, especially when you are where you cannot speak the language English, you are already in trouble. You are thrown into the prison. I know some of them commit serious crimes. I am not backing crime, God forbid. But then, if embassies work, embassy can only work outside when the country inside is functional. So if Europeans are only quick to clap for a failing nation which they created, and they don't want to see any African nation grow because they are feeding from them, we have to say it the way it is. The children of Africa need to live. Nigeria needs to dissolve for people to live. Enough of statements, more of actions. And that is why the citizens of the United States of Biafra made a bold step to do their referendum and redeclare their nation. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a merging of nations. The Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas, not even the Fulani. Fulanis are not Hausas. Fulanis are immigrants, nomads, rolling with cows, committing crimes everywhere. Now, British take the key of indigenous land people and handed it over to nomads, people that will never do well, people that have no idea of what governance is, people that never live in the house, they live in the bush. They don't like innovations. They clutch to their cultures that are evil. The earlier we start saying this, the better. On this note, I continue to call, please, President DJ Trump, you have made it a priority as the world leader, standing up for the truth, standing up for what is right, standing up for Christians. Please, give us the recognition we want. That will solve a big problem, not only for Biafrans, but for the whole world. We can handle it. We live with them and we know how they operate. Give us a complete recognition of our independence. Though we are not waiting for anybody, we are already building our nation. But because your voice rose, that's why the other demons went down. Because they were the ones supporting them. Democrats and the West are the ones destroying our world. Because they are in support of every evil they themselves has planted in Africa. They are the ones that made the votes never to count in Africa. The news is everywhere. I am not making it up. So if we must make this world a better place, we must start telling ourselves the truth. Because the time we are is not only an injury time, it is a moment of truth, where it's only truth that can reset our world. If you like what I am saying, if you like what you have heard, if you support my own opinion or our brother's opinion, please bring forth your comments. Do not forget to subscribe. This is the moment of truth. You get it from U.S.B, my nation channel, where we talk about social, faith, and politics. So we wait for you on the comment section. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you, our new subscribers. Continue to share our videos so that others will see it. And we can make up to 100 or 300 to come live and interact with you. Thank you so much.